Hey, what up guys? It's Brian here. Figure I'd show you guys a quick little tour of my video game collection. Some of you might not know exactly how many games I have and consoles, so here we go. Of course, got the bedspread. I haven't made my bed yet. Light up neon clock. Lots of posters. Neon signs. Let's move into the consoles. We got the 55-inch Samsung 4K television. It's a pretty damn good TV. Got the Nintendo Switch with the custom controllers, Pikachu on them. Got a lot of games on this thing digitally. I'll just show you just how many games there are. Yeah, I got plenty of them. These are most of them are digital. I have all the Pikmin games. And I've got physical copies as well. I've had this Switch for several years now. There's a Switch. I got the PS1, the original. This is the 5000 series model, so a little bit newer PS1 revision. It's got the 8-bit mods, memory card Pro. This is a digital memory card to also adapt from a SD card. So I got a 32 gigabyte card here, so this makes basically turns one memory card into thousands. You can switch between them. It's a pretty cool part. You can get it off 8-bit mods website. Down here we got the original Xbox. This one is soft modded. I soft modded it myself using a game save exploit from Splinter Cell. So it has a custom firmware. You can put emulators on it and whatnot, change the fan speed, all that fun stuff. Only thing I got left to do with it is to replace the rubber band in the CD drive so it stops sticking. It's about the only thing I got to do with it. I did take the clock capacitor out of it because these older models, the clock capacitor could actually leak in them and corrode the motherboard. So you got to take those out. Did that. It should last a long time. Then down here got the PS2 fully modded. Original controller. This one has free McBoot memory card. And hard drive adapter for a SATA hard drive. So it's got about a 1 terabyte hard drive in here with 187 PS2 games currently on it. And I modded the fan back here as a part you can get off Amazon. And this is a Noctua fan. Makes it run dead silent. So I had to take the console completely apart to install that. And yeah, I can run a whole bunch of games from it. Then over here I've got the fantastic green Nintendo 64. These are kind of valuable. This thing's valued at like around 155 bucks without the box. More if you do have the original box. I believe there were 6 different colors in total in the US, and there's a few internationally. This one has the expansion pack for adding additional 4 megabytes of RAM to the console. Some games require this. These are kind of hard to get now. I modified this console to accept and play international games. So this will run cartridges from outside the US, like Japan. So it's region free. It has a matching original controller and an aftermarket controller. It's a little bit more comfortable to use. And then over here we got the original GameCube. And this is the first iteration of the console with the component plug in the back, so you can output to a HD television. This one has the Game Boy player attached to the bottom of it. original controller. And I've also heavily modified this one. Of course, I put the GCHD Mark II on the back. This is about a $150 part. It's also connected to the Marseille M Classic. This is a $100 part right here. So this mod wasn't cheap to mod this GameCube. Of course, I didn't buy it all at once, but just outputs the original HD signal from the GameCube and converts it to HDMI. This part right here, the M Classic, cleans up the signal before it's sent out to HDMI, so it makes the picture look a lot sharper and allows the console to output its full 480p resolution. And then of course I went and took out the CD drive and put in a I believe it's called the GCHD mod, or I forget what it is called. There's a board in here, but it actually emulates the CD drive and basically allows you to play games from an SD card. So it's got a 256 gigabyte SD card, and pretty much every GameCube game you could want on this thing is on it. I did that because I got tired of trying to collect for the GameCube when it's insanely expensive for the games, and I just really want to be able to play the games on original hardware, so that's why I did that. So I got the GameCube, and then I've got the Dreamcast. Fully modified this one. I replaced the shell with a translucent green one. This one has lights and put inside of it as well. I did that myself. Replaced the CD drive with a digital board that also does the same thing the GameCube does. Plays games from an SD card. There's about 87 games on here. So yeah, all the games are digital for that too. And of course, Striker DC controller. It's a more updated controller. A lot more comfortable to use with the system. You can get these from Retrofighter's website. About 60 bucks, I believe. Great controllers. Then we've got the PlayStation 3. I bought this PlayStation 3 Slim in June of 2010, and I've had it since the end of high school. It's still working. This one's a 120 gigabyte model. It's been mailed to Alaska and back. It's been dropped on a hardwood floor several times. It's had thousands upon thousands of hours played on it, and it's still going strong. It's probably the console I've had the longest. It was modded at one point, but then I put it back to factory, just because it was a little bit more stable to keep it in factory setting instead of modifying it, but kind of a process to mod this. And then my newest console, the Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition. And camera doesn't want to focus, but yeah, Project Scorpio logo there. Has this custom texture all around it. You can kind of see it. So it's a slightly different. It has a 1 terabyte hard drive. Plays games at 4K. Back in 2017 when it released, it was the most powerful console you could buy, but now the PS5 and the Xbox Series X dwarf it in power. Still a great console for playing backwards compatible games though. Only paid $155 for that. And then up here I have my Raspberry Pi 4. This is in a custom case I bought from Amazon. So it's a little tiny microcomputer in here that just basically is built for running emulators. Classic games, and there's a bunch of consoles on there. And just a little mini PS1. And then my custom PS5. This one has a custom shell made by D-Brand. And it's a translucent fire orange with this is I forget what this is, like a vinyl wrap on the top. Made to look like it's a X-ray of the inside of the console. And this one originally was the God of War bundle. And of course I've got 2 controllers for that too. And then we're going on to my shelves. So, of course I've got my Ghost of Tsushima samurai sword replica. Full metal blade, very sharp. And the smaller sword, I forget what it's called. Got my Predator NECA figure from Walmart. This is the Predator from the first movie, the 1987 one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, my mom. And this has got a little lamp or whatever you can buy from Walmart. And then, of course, the jellyfish are supposed to float around, but I gotta make them float again. And, of course, I've got my N64 collection. These are custom cases from customgamecases.com. You can order them for each individual game. So I have all the cartridges in here, of course. So I really like these cases. And, of course, I have an original in-box complete copy of GoldenEye for the N64. Fairly valuable game if you've got it complete in box. Love having that one in my collection. Eventually I'll be picking up some more games later in the week I found at the pawn shop. And get Pilot Wings and hopefully get Mario 64 in this collection as well. And of course my massive PS1 collection. These are all put in new cases, so I cleaned them up, so almost all the cases look really pristine. Let's see. One of my most valuable games in my collection, Silent Hill. This game goes for about $200 now. Really happy to have that one. That one was a hard to get game. And of course, PlayStation Underground CDs as well. And down here we got more games. So I know there's well over 100 games in this collection just for the PS1 alone. I've even got still games that are sealed, like Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver is still sealed in the package. And I think Tomb Raider 3 is also still sealed. Just lots of great PS1 games from my childhood. And my PS4 collection. Got some heavy hitters in here too. Then we have a PS3 collection. Got Dark Souls, Twisted Metal, the Call of Duties, all 3 Skate games, 1, 2, and 3. Starhawk, Metal Gear Solid, the Infamous, the MotorStorm games are really fun. I got Dirt 2, all 3 Dead Space games. Killzone 2 and 3, Gran Turismo 5 and 6, Turok, Virtua Fighter, and all my miscellaneous crap I put down here, cases and whatnot. On the other shelf, got my Dreamcast original controller, original Xbox controller, tools, more PS3 stuff, my MetaQuest 2 headset, and more PS4 games started on this shelf. Got Spyro. Some of these are newer games that I've acquired this year. My Blastoise plushie. Got this from Game World. More controllers for the Xbox. And up here I've got my Xbox collection. Halo 5 and Forza 5. My 360 collection. That's still continuing to grow. Original Xbox games. My Master Chief holding my custom 360 controller, or not 360, Xbox One controller. Completely custom. This cost over $100 just to have this customized, but well worth it. I really love the color on this. Master Chief holds that up for me. More N64 games. Got Pokemon Snap. It's a great game on the N64. And of course you can't go wrong with the Rush games. Star Fox, Diddy Kong Racing, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Games, and my Switch collection. Got Zelda, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, some Assassin's Creed, all the Pikmin games are on there as well. And we got the Predator NECA figure from, this one is from Predator 2 with Danny Glover. And then of course I have Riddick's Ulax from the Chronicles of Riddick with Vin Diesel. These are the ones, these are the similar blades. These are replicas of course, but they are sharp and very pointy. Ones he used in the movie. Got my Deadpool figure. And another Predator. This one isn't really explicitly from any of the movies, but I'm guessing he's one of the extra Predators seen at the end of the second movie. And another shelf over here. Got my Alien figure. The Doom guy. This is McFarlane Toys figure. Then I've got the Marauder from Doom as well. Then my pop figures. Got Spyro, Lara, Crash Bandicoot, the Halo figures. I got the Predator, of course. Then I've got Ellen Ripley holding the Jonesy cat from the first Alien film. Then I've got Daniels from Alien Covenant. Spider-Man from Spider-Man Homecoming. Or Far From Home, actually. Master Chief holding Cortana. The Xenomorph. Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. And Major Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. Another great anime. One of my favorites. Original Xbox games. My PS5 collection currently is what I have for physical games, but I also have a lot of games on the console itself digitally. Got some new ones there. My cases for my Switch and my Steam Deck. Of course, my boxes for my NECA figures, and my original figure of Lara Croft in her wetsuit from Tomb Raider 2. This is made by Playmates, and this was originally released in 1998. It has never been opened. Still sealed. More boxes for my Predator figures. Of course, more boxes down on this shelf I keep for all my stuff. If you're a gamer, you should almost always keep your boxes in case you ever choose to sell your games. It keeps the value up for your stuff. My tools. This is actually a really great tool set. You can get this from ifixit.com. Magnetic cover. And all the little tools and whatnot you could use for opening consoles. So I love this set. You get these at Best Buy as well. And they come in different packs and sizes. And of course my original manuals and guides for my games. A lot of Resident Evil stuff, a lot of Tomb Raider stuff in there as well. These PC magazines are from the 90s. So this one, issue 119, is from June of 1994. And I believe it's still sealed. I don't think this has ever been opened. So these are kind of cool, little relics from the past. So some of these magazines are almost as old as I am. Of course, my little box for my GameCube adapter, extra tools I use, gun cleaning kit, stuff like that. My original Switch box I still have, and then my PS2 multi-tap. Those are kind of hard to find these days. I don't see those very often. Allowed you to play multiple players on the PS2. And then miscellaneous other junk down here. And of course, my computer, which I'm sure you guys have seen before, but pretty much custom built by me. Got a Ryzen 3700X CPU in there on an Asus B450 motherboard with 32 gigabytes of RAM, RGB RAM of course. Custom screen I put in there myself, running IDA 64 for all my readouts. And of course RTX 4070 Ti Super with 16 gigabytes of VRAM. Pretty beefy GPU. Of course on a 144 hertz 2K monitor running at 1440p. Games look really crisp on it. And then my extra screen I just use for extra crap. It's nothing special there. Then of course my Steam Deck. Playing all the PC games on the go. And of course more posters. Got one for Quiet Place Day 1. Went and saw that the other day. It was a really good movie. And other posters. And yeah. That's pretty much my game room / room. And my growing collection of games. And there you have it. That's my game room and my collection. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you later.